This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles podcast, unified at work series. My name is Daniel Grzelski. I'm the founder of Special Chronicles, a Southern Travel Global Messenger alum with Special Olympics, and Associate Ambassador at United Airlines based in Chicago. On this unified at work series, we feature conversations about inclusive employment, and we'll highlight in the story United's Washington Dallas Service Ambassador team. We quoted on location from Washington Dallas International Airport. So those of you just listening to the audio podcast, go check out the video on YouTube, and you can see Sophia. And this week on the Special Chronicles podcast, Unified at Work series, we quoted on location from Washington Dallas International Airport. Excited to have Sophia, one of the Associate Ambassadors here at Washington Dallas. Sophia, you want to introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us what disability you were diagnosed with, your role in Special Olympics?
My name is Sophia Gheblawi, and I was diagnosed with agenesis of the corpus callosum.
Awesome. And tell us about what's your role in Special Olympics?
Sports?
Sports?
I did soccer, but it was already booked, so I'm thinking to do bowling next year.
Bowling next year, awesome.
In a bowl.
So you've done soccer in the past.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what state are you from?
Virginia.
Virginia. And then what your job? I think we introduced
Service ambassador.
Service ambassador, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're here at Washington Dallas.
Yeah.
Take us back to your early years, the challenges because of your.
I had to take therapy because I couldn't easily. My therapist had to teach me how to walk, talk, or eat because half of my birth agenesis of the corpus callosum kind of prevented me from doing all that, from the normal.
Awesome. And as we know, on this podcast and also in Special Olympics and even at United, it's not about our challenges, but about our choices and accomplishments. So what are some of the accomplishments that you've had?
I did horseback riding for Special Olympics. Helped me to do horseback riding to strengthen my legs a bit. And
did you also enjoy the horseback riding?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll get into a little bit more about Special Olympics in the next segment, but first, support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. Somewhere I've got, there we go. You can join our supporters with a monthly or one-time donation so we can operate our studio or allow me to travel like I did yesterday. Mm-hmm. And you can, also to continue our mission, you can go to specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. And if you want to see some of the pre-show when we will set it up and trying to get the microphones to work, of what that was like, you can join our Special Chronicles Plus Sorry, that my camera is going a little bit off. There you go. Let's see that stage. All right, so you can access our bonus content on Special Chronicles Plus. To access our behind-the-scenes bonus footage, specialchronicles.com/plus. And with that, Sophia, you mentioned in the intro some of the sports that you participated.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you first got involved in Special Olympics?
My coach Leo from GMU kind of told me about the Special Olympics. So.
And what sport was that?
Soccer.
Soccer was what first drew you into Special Olympics, and when? How many years ago did you start?
I think last fall.
Last fall.
Mm-hmm.
So only for a couple years.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you said that you were supposed to do horseback riding, or what?
Yeah.
What's some of the other sports?
Just horseback riding and swimming.
Awesome. In the past, I've also competed in swimming as well. And then how have you got involved in athlete leadership? Have you done anything with?
Just to make sure that sometimes I had time schedules. I had to make sure that my time schedules are appropriate for my own.
For your work and your competition schedule and your practices.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll take this quick break here to let you all know that Sport for Special Chronicles also comes from ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program, the country's first energy and solar efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. You can learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. And now taken from Special Olympics, now coming to United Airlines, can you tell us how did you first hear about this job?
My coach Leo from my soccer team kind of told me about that United is looking for young adults to help them out.
Awesome. And did you know anything about working in the airport, or
no?
Did you know
I just went to Dallas for vacations with my family, and that's about it. But I never knew until now.
Until now, yeah. And you you started in January of last year, right? So you've only been about a year and a half.
Yeah.
You tell us about your experience of coming in for the interview and your training, and
we had their shadowing day, showing us all of the main terminal.
And you got to job shadow and then when you came in for the interview, can you tell us a little bit about some of that?
They were, the people were very nice and.
Awesome.
Oh,
awesome! We've got some of our audience watching. So moving on, can you tell us about what the next after you job shadowed and the orientation, what happened next when you started your job?
Well, I was kind of nervous because I've never worked in an airport before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know. Same thing for me as one of the OG sales ambassadors 5 years ago. I didn't know anything as well, so it took a lot to get used to the airport.
It's big, and you can get lost 10 times or something like that.
Yeah. So how did you? So now you know your way around. How did you overcome that?
Well, we had work schedules or time schedules because Because there were work schedules, like how many work days should I work at, and how many off work days should I not.
Awesome. And can you, what would you say that you enjoy most about your job as a service
I get the chance to give my family travel around the world because me and my mom like to travel a lot.
Awesome with the travel benefits.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you been on any trips since you started?
I've been to Malaysia. That's where my mom is from, actually.
From which?
Malaysia.
Oh, awesome.
And also Tokyo.
Awesome. And did you travel a few months?
Yeah, I traveled to Scotland, Edinburgh.
Awesome. So that's another thing that you enjoy about your job as social pastor, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you enjoy about?
Getting the like the day offs because I only work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
And I don't work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. So
yeah. So it's good to have the days off. I think we all like the days off to refresh. And so moving on. We first met at when my girlfriend and I came out to the Dallas Plain Pole last fall. But now August, September, sometime last year. Yeah, and then we also met again at the Solstice Summit.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what? Yeah, in Chicago. Can you tell what was that? What did you enjoy about meeting us?
It was somewhat, unexpected or new.
Yeah.
Although Chicago's airport is a lot bigger than Dallas.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But even like I know, like you guys have maybe a little bit more gates than we.
Yeah.
Like where it's laid out a little bit differently than in Chicago.
Yeah, because at least you get in Dallas, at least you get to know where which gate is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chicago, not so.
Yeah. What else did you enjoy about the Solstice Summit?
And kind of interesting that people, we have different interests or different movies we like.
Yeah. And we were to talk about our different interests. And, awesome. Let's take one final break before we get into some final thoughts here. To let you know that this episode is also brought to you in support from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group. United's Bridge Group is dedicated to connecting people of all abilities. You can learn more. United is committed to disability inclusion for employment and travel, including having special athletes like myself and Sophia and Colin and John and the 18 across the all the airports. And so that is back here. Oh, and speaking of bridge, we've got a gift that I can give you. So there's some stickers you can put it on a water bottle, laptop, wherever, and then a luggage tag as well.
Oh, thank you.
So like I put that on my bag when I was coming here, and so that's a gift. To thank you for coming on the podcast. But before, got a few final thoughts. I want to share with our listeners how, if they want to get involved in Special Olympics, how can they
Well,
get
if
involved?
they're like in sports, soccer, or basketball, their coaches can easily just inform them or just go online.
Awesome.
United online.
Awesome. And you can also, if you are listening, you can learn more at SpecialOlympics.org to find your local program. And if you want to book your travel, United.com or on the United app. With that, do you have any, before we get to the final question, do you have any final thoughts on your overall time here today on the Special Chronicles
No.
podcast? Like,
No.
anything else that we might have missed? Or anything else
No, nothing comes to mind.
Awesome. All right, awesome. So to introduce the final question, we're going to go ahead and roll the...
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference. Difference.
Our demands are
Equality.
Dignity. And the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
And with that, so I always include, we want the listeners to take something away from your story, and we always conclude with one final question that can kind of take something away and bring action into their communities. And so what does inclusion mean to you?
I think inclusion means that you should never, prejudge anyone, disability or not.
Awesome.
Because I think the way we're all connected to all living in this world equally, we should easily do as best we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a perfect way to wrap up this episode. It's been to have you on, and if you guys missed any of our previous episodes, you can go back and listen to Colin and John and Maggie as well on the previous episodes of this podcast, and find all those links on the specialchronicles.com. You can shop our merchandise store. No, the 60% of the profits go back to Special Chronicles. We have T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, our Disabled Voices Meadow line of merch. You can keep on the Special Chronicles podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Specialchronicles.com. And YouTube, all those places, all those links. I mentioned you hear that in the outro as well. But Sophia, our guest has been Sophia, one of service ambassadors at United Airlines, a Special Olympics Virginia athlete. Thank you, Sophia, for taking time to come on the Special Chronicles podcast.
Thank you.
Awesome. And with that, I thought we could maybe conclude by saying choose to include at the end of the episode. So until then, we'll cut you all next week and choose to include.
Yep.
Choose to include. We'll catch you guys same time, same place on the next episode right here on Special Chronicles.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles Shows podcast. Visit SpecialChronicles.com to follow Special Chronicles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new episodes. Also, subscribe to our newsletter mailing list to sign up for our updates and get exclusive content delivered to your inbox. Remember to do what you do with these podcasts. Subscribe or follow and rate and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Finally, please share this episode and all of our podcasts with your friends and family. Help us grow our audience and reach 5,000 downloads of our audio podcasts and over 14,000 average monthly listeners. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week with exciting new guests. See you next week.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
And that's the end of the episode. There you go. We're going to go take some pictures for the podcast.